Welcome back to the studio. We've been out in Seabit for the last couple of days, and you may have seen a couple of hands-on videos. The Lenovo Yoga 710. What else did we do? We did the Lenovo X1 tablet. And there's one more thing that I've forgotten. Check out the Seabit 2016 playlist that I've put up there in our channel. Don't forget to subscribe to get updates. So we're back in the studio. We've got actually quite a bit of catching up to do here. At least 5 devices behind me, and we're going to start off with the smallest one today. It's the Honor 5X. This is a budget smartphone, well, a budget phablet, 5.5-inch display, and it scored 84% from us. Pricing €230, and this has actually got a fingerprint reader on the back of it as well. Let me take you through some details. I'll give you some details about the display, the battery life, and the performance. Some of the details about the communications, dual SIM capability as well, and at the end I'll give you the breakdown of the scores, the pros and cons. Jump to that if you just want the quick overview of the Honor 5X smartphone. There are the specifications on your screen now, and as you can see, 84% was our score. Snapdragon 616. We've got 2 gigs of RAM. That's for plenty for Android upgrades in the future. We're currently running 5.5 actually. We've got an upgrade while we were reviewing this. It ships with 5.01. 13 megapixel camera, which I've done a lot of low light testing in, having been out at Seabit the last couple of days. I'll give you some information on that. An 11 watt hour battery. And note that there's no USB on the go, no NFC here, but you do get LTE. Reasonable quality case as well, if you compare it to, for example, the Moto G from 2015. Less plasticky feeling, although I do believe that is actually a plastic back on there, and it feels pretty good all round. It's only the size to take into consideration when you're looking at the design of this, I guess. There's a quick size comparison with that Motorola Moto G3. There's the Motorola Moto G3, slightly smaller there. Let's put in the Samsung Galaxy J5, and you'll see that's also a lot smaller than the Honor 5X. So this really is a large screen smartphone. 16 gigs of storage inside, but there is a micro SD capability on the side there next to the nano SIM card slot. Information about GPS and call quality on the side. I'm not going to go through that in this video, but I want to talk about the camera very quickly. 12 megapixel rear camera with a fairly fast focus and shoot time. It's going to give you a problem in low light though. We've got some details and some test charts up on the site, but just from me, I was testing this alongside, maybe it's a little bit unfair, the Samsung Galaxy S7 and S7 Edge, and this is nowhere near. In fact, this only costs a third, but the S7 Edge is going to give you way better low light photos. Having said that, it is pretty good in the daytime. There's some nice features. There's even a little bit of manual focus override, although that's not directly available in any on-screen mode. Comparisons to my trusty Lumia 830 show that it's not as good as that, especially in low light. So if you're looking for the best camera for €230, you might have to switch to something like the 830, but certainly this is going to be good enough for most people. There's a nice bright display. It's a full HD display, and center brightness there, 535 nits. Only dropping to 475 on the top right, so a nice brightness. There's a good black level as well. We're getting a contrast of 1244, which is really good. Color accuracy was slightly off, just around the 5 mark on the deltas. Anything below 5 is getting good. 2 is pretty much perfect. Over 5 is starting to get to poor. So pretty average on the color accuracies. There's a little comparison chart against the obvious competitors there, with the OnePlus X coming in with a much less powerful screen. The Zenfone 2 up a little bit on the brightness, up on the overall scores, but lower on the brightness. Overall, the Honor 5X, in terms of performance, there's the PC Mark for Android score coming in at around plus minus 20% compared to its peers. In general, the OnePlus X a little bit more powerful. Let's have a quick look at the GFX Benz 3.0 scores. You see the Honor only being beaten by the OnePlus X there. And if we go to 3D Mark 2003, the Honor 5X coming ahead of the Galaxy J5 and the Moto G 3rd Gen. There's a number of gaming tests for you on the site, including Asphalt 8 and Dead Trigger 2, showing that the Honor 5X coming in with reasonable scores all round. It doesn't get hot, the speaker is okay, and the battery life is okay, if not the best. Let's take a look at the run times we got there, and I'm just going to show you the comparison chart showing that most of the devices in the same class are getting slightly better battery life, apart from when you look at sort of Wi-Fi browsing. The Honor 5X getting excellent browsing speeds, and in fact browsing performance seems to be pretty good as well. So it looks like the Honor 5X is quite the bargain. Certainly if you want a low-cost, big-screen Android phablet, the 5X looks to be an excellent choice. Not markedly better than many of its peers, but generally an all-round good phone, and that fingerprint sensor on the back really giving it advantage over some of the others. Not forgetting we scored it 84%. Here's a look at the pros and cons of the Honor 5X. There's the pros. The casing we liked. Price-performance ratio is excellent. Good battery life in the Wi-Fi test. You'll note under the battery life test section, we didn't see overall better battery life in all categories. No problems with temperature. Good screen, bright. Software, the UI software, the Honor software, the Huawei software is actually quite nice. And there's a reasonable camera configuration for the price. There's no manual mode, no optical image stabilization, and low light could be a little bit of an issue. It's dual SIM, of course, and that fingerprint reader, the real advantage in terms of features. GPS reception was okay. Call reception, not fantastic. Speaker is pretty low quality. Can get some pretty high load consumptions under load, and that means you get short battery life under load. So gaming, might be because of the big screen, is going to give you shorter battery life than other devices. There's the score breakdown for the Honor 5X. Florian Wimmer, our reviewer here. You'll see the breakdown across the categories on our weighted average for smartphones. That is the Honor 5X. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to thumbs up on the video, and don't forget to stay tuned for that lot, which is going to be on here, hopefully over the next 24 hours, finished and complete. But I do know there's more coming in, so stay tuned, and we'll see you on the next Notebook Check Tech Review.